call to order the regular meeting of the Chicago Board of Election Commissioners for Monday, January 26, 2015. Good morning, everyone. My name is Langdon Neal. I'm chairman of the board. Seated to my left is Commissioner Marisol Hernandez. Mr. Cowan is ill today and will not be able to join us. First item on the agenda is the consideration agenda itself, any additions, deletions. Hearing none, I'll accept a motion to approve the minutes for December 23rd, 2014.
Motion to approve.
Moved by Commissioner Hernandez. I'll second. Further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
We now have the minutes of our board meeting on January 13th, 2015. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
I'll second. Further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
The minutes of the 13th are approved. We'll move to the Executive Director's report. Mr. Goff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to let the board members know that we're coming towards the end of our ballot printing. There are still approximately 5 wards that haven't been printed yet because of either in litigation, that are in litigation. I don't know if I thought I passed them around, but if I did not, the ballots will all be on one page.
Excellent.
So we've got everything to fit on one page. We hopefully will start mailing ballots out by Wednesday, absentees. We have approximately a little more than 5,000 in the system right now. We also have our nursing homes have finished signing up. We have 88 nursing homes that have signed up for the program. And we've met with several of our early voting sites to get larger areas to put extra equipment in, even though we went from a ballot in November that was this big to a one-pager. So voting should be a lot easier and a lot quicker, but we did get additional space. So I just wanted the board members to be aware of that. And basically, tomorrow's the last day of registration. Downstairs on the first floor, we will be open till midnight to take registrations. And basically, that's all I have for my board members at present time.
When you said there are 5 cases, and it's at 5 wards, we have.
Yes.
5 wards.
5 wards that we have, approximately 5 wards.
Okay.
And the
Mr.
first
Scanlon's in court right now, and today's the last day to make a filing, so there may be more, but we're not really sure.
And the first day of early voting is?
February 9th.
So I think we have a few cases that are up on the 2nd or 3rd of February.
Yes, we do. We'll be slugging through it.
Wow. Okay. Anything else from Mr. Goff?
No.
Okay. Ms. Bateman.
Good morning. As Mr. Goff mentioned, tomorrow is the last day for voter registration. So the registration department, they're actually working on registrations from all their other duties that they've had over the past few months. They're finishing up the Form 1 affidavits from November. So they will get all that information completed, get all the registrations in. I believe we are closing our file for registration this Saturday. Grace period starts on Wednesday. And they're just moving along, getting everything done. Warehouse is again, just working hard, preparing for this election. So they're moving forward with everything that needs to get done. And absentees moving along, everything's judges election. Training classes have started, so PPA training classes have been going on now for a couple weeks. So we have an election in a month. It's moving forward.
Excellent. Anything else for Ms. Bateman?
So, I'm so sorry. With grace period starting on Wednesday, since we don't have a ballot, because as you know, we use the touchscreens for grace period,
Yes.
which contains every ballot for the city of Chicago.
Yes.
We will issue absentee applications to all voters who grace period register and vote starting Wednesday until the point when we have a ballot.
From those particular wards, the 5 wards, or just
all
all of them?
All of them.
Okay.
Yes, and the plan is to be able to start February 9th with early voting and grace period out in the sites.
That's close. That's
It
really
is
close.
very close.
5 cases. All righty. Thank you, Ms. Bateman. Mr. Allen, I know, is on his way in. I don't believe we have any items to talk about regarding new infrastructure projects at this point right now.
No, let's get through.
I'll go out on a limb on that. Okay. Electronic poll books, or is there anything to talk about there? We should have a meeting on that, and report, but maybe next
Ms.
time.
Bateman will have everything down for you, but
Okay.
it looks very
Yeah,
good.
we are moving forward.
Okay. Progressively forward. Okay, good. Voting equipment, anything to talk about there?
No, I think we're okay. Paige?
Okay, great. And I don't think there's any legislation going on now. Okay. We do have item under new business. We have professional service contracts with our trainers, right?
Yes.
No,
Well-
the polling place
I mean, the
administrative trainer.
PPAs. Is it just one or just two?
Chairman, it's two, and these were actually before the commissioners on January 26th, but it was realized that they were approved at an hourly rate, one hourly rate, and these are actually to be reconsidered at the corrected rate of $55 an hour, one for Sandra Story and the other for Colin Lofton. And I have a new copy with the corrected amount.
Okay. These are PPA trainers.
Correct.
Okay. All right, we have two contracts, one for Colin Lofton and one for Sandra Story for the services of training of our polling place administrators. The rate is $55 an hour for an amount not to exceed $25,000 and for a term of January 1st to December 31st of 2015.
Motion to approve.
Moved by Commissioner Hernandez. I'll second. Further discussion. Hearing none. All's in favor?
Aye.
That'll be the order. Okay. Legal status report. Anything for us today?
Not
Agnew?
today, sir.
All righty. We do have two financial reports. We have a financial report from the City of Chicago. 2014 appropriation 14-13 dated January 26, 2015 in the amount of $383,012.12. $383,012.12.
Motion to approve.
Moved by Commissioner Hernandez. I'll second. Further discussion. Hearing none. All's in favor?
Aye.
That'll be the order. We have a voucher from the City of Chicago, from the County of Cook for 2014 appropriation, 14-14, totaling $249,546.95. $249,546.95.
Motion to approve.
Moved by Commissioner Hernandez. I'll second. Further discussion. Hearing none. All's in favor?
Aye.
Finally, we have a voucher for the City of Chicago for the upcoming election, which is 2015 appropriation, 15-01, dated January 26, 2015, in the amount of $1,267,405.24. $1,267,405.24.
Motion to approve.
Moved by Commissioner Hernandez. I'll second. Further discussion. Hearing none. All's in favor?
Aye.
That'll be the order. That will conclude our meeting today with the exception of an executive session. So
Public comment?
I will move to the public comment section. No, I wasn't going to. Terry, anything for yesterday?
Not. Sorry.
All righty.
Hi, good morning. How are you this morning?
Good morning.
I have a couple of issues that I came to bring today.
Sharon Maroney, I should say.
This is Sharon Maroney, and we've been speaking in the last couple of meetings regarding the election judges for the Republican Party.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been complaining that the staffing department did not go to the supplemental list and attempt to staff our election judges. And as this board has now been served with a letter, and also the Illinois State Board of Elections is involved in helping us to resolve this very important issue, because we polled out of those 2,000 judges that we had presented in November. We polled and now have 400 that will testify that they did not get contacted by this board to serve. And since we have a vacancy list that suggests there are about 2,800 Republican vacancies, I am totally baffled as to why the board did not send out or offer to put these people who were submitted as part of the supplemental list into placements. And
Are we talking about last election?
this one right now, I submitted those, all of these people in October, the first week of October or the second week. They weren't placed in November, and now they haven't been contacted by this board in any way, shape, or form, or offered employment. In addition, we have numerous reports which we are documenting of our judges that served successfully in November and were not sent out cards to re-enroll again this time around. And the board has a duty to alert the party if there's any reason that they are not sending out or enrolling commissioned judges. And we, to this date, even though Chairman Delmar and myself have both requested disciplinary records on any judges such that the board would have made a decision not to send them cards to get enrolled. It's not really a recommissioning, it's a re-enrollment for this election. So right now, I'm raising the noise again. We have 300 to 500 precincts in this city which will have no bipartisan oversight over the vote, which you would think doesn't really matter to the Republicans all that much, because we don't really have a lot of candidates running in a nonpartisan election. But the security of the vote does matter, and that is why it's a bipartisan situation. And so this is a crisis. We have asked for information about the nursing homes that judges from the last election still being stonewalled. We don't have any information on the early voting judges despite asking. So I, first of all, want to say, wow, the clock is ticking. Second of all, I'm going to drop off another 100 some judge applications. Now, these are the ones that we already submitted in November, and they're on the supplemental list, and they were ignored, and we called them, and they're all eager to serve. And so we tried to place them in their home precinct, which is our rule, because that's, you know, basically what the law says, is that you have to have 2 in their home precinct for every.
Okay, Ms. Maroney, just for clarification, you're coming here as, in your capacity as?
I am speaking through the Cook County Republican Party right now.
As a representative, as the duly, I don't know. I just want to know.
Well, I am in charge of the election judge program for the Republican Party in Cook County, and that includes Chicago and suburban Cook.
And that's, you were appointed
That is correct.
by Mr. Delmar?
That is correct. And it's on record, and he's informed everybody.
Well, he also put it in record that when he told the press that you were one of several volunteers, that you were not in charge. Because you did do robocalls, and he said he had no idea that you were doing that and did not authorize those.
That's true.
Okay, so,
But that's not the issue that I'm here about.
well,
We're here about the election
I
judges.
just need to know in what capacity you're speaking. And if you say you're in charge of the election program and you were appointed by Mr. Delmar, and there's statements to the contrary from Mr. Delmar,
Not as of recent. Mr. Delmar met with Mr. Goff and told him that I am in charge of the program.
well, he just said he,
No, he was talking about November. He was talking about some comment that was made. I don't know what he was talking about. I'm not going to paraphrase.
Okay, well, I spoke to Chairman Delmar, and I asked him, did he produce a letter for this upcoming election? And he said he did not, that you were going to be in charge.
do you have a letter for this upcoming election?
I could get it faxed over today. I know that Mr. Delmar told me that he told you I was in charge of the program. If if you're trying to say now you need another letter, since we already have a letter,
No.
we can give you
Well,
another
you-
letter,
you
but it
said-
really doesn't make a difference, because then what happens is you guys come back to me and say, oh no, we can't place your judges because it's too late. Now, I've been appearing here since December asking for this problem to get resolved, and every time I come, we have another stonewall.
Okay. So-
Let me just say this. We have the information that she's, and so I'm sure that Ms. Bateman and her staff will process those that appropriately should be processed in a timely fashion. So if you have more information, more applications, deliver them to, how do you want to deliver those? To Ms. Lewicki?
Right, to the sixth floor front
Sixth
counter.
floor, and we will process those applications that are timely filed and that should be processed, to the extent we have vacancies.
Well, the question is, go ahead,
And
Mr.
the
Goff.
question on the yes/no cards, I don't understand that, because it's everything that was in the judge's file that we send those yes/no cards
Right.
out.
Every
So,
active
if-
judge who served at November 4th's election would have received a yes/no
Yes/no
card
card, correct.
asking them to serve again. So I'd have to check in if you have some specific names
I
of
do.
judges.
I do.
Because every single active judge who served in their assigned precinct, on November 4, would have received a yes/no card.
Yes, I'm aware of that. I think that's why I didn't even address that.
Well, for any judge that was commissioned that was not sent a yes/no card, the board has
Well,
not.
she just said that everyone was sent a
They
yes, no
weren't.
card.
Because
You know what, I
they-
think we've exhausted the public comment section. Your comments and concerns are duly noted, we're gonna address them, okay?
Okay, so then
And-
we have another issue.
All right, I'm gonna ask that you be very brief here,
Very
Ms.
good.
Maroney.
The Illinois state law requires that when you're working with student election judges, that they have to declare their political party. And currently, you are allowing them to choose either party, and that isn't one party or the other. And that needs to be corrected. And the third issue that I'm here to discuss is that we are in the process right now of addressing a HAVA complaint regarding the electronic voting machines, and I have been in pursuit of documentation of issues with the machines and have been stonewalled on that as well, and finally got a copy of something I had to pay $61 for that I cannot read, whereas in the past 2 years, my information sheets were much bigger. So I would like this issue kindly addressed immediately, because the State Board of Elections and I are currently involved with this matter of a HAVA, and it is a federal matter.
I
Thank you
would
very much.
actually like to address the size of the paper issue. That came to me under a FOIA, and again, there's always great confusion surrounding Ms. Maroney in different areas. I would just ask that if you have a complaint regarding a FOIA, you follow appropriate FOIA laws.
I'll be happy to and actually, would you make sure next time you send it to me timely, because I asked for it in November, I got it last week.
Again, that can be addressed under FOIA.
I guess it will be.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Maroney. Anything else to come before the board? All right, is there, I do believe we have a matter regarding either potential, probable, or existing litigation that needs to be, or personnel matters that need to be addressed. So if there's a motion to recess to executive session to address potential or probable litigation or personnel matters.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Hernandez. I'll second. All's in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We'll recess in executive session. Will only return to approve matters which are required to be approved as a result of action in executive session. Thank you. Okay, the board took no action in executive session, which requires a vote in open session, so I'll accept a motion to recess until our next regularly scheduled meeting, which, now, Mr. Goff, do you want to meet next Tuesday or the 10th?
I just asked if we would just have this meeting today instead of tomorrow, because I'm going to be out.
All right,
You
then
can
let's,
set the meetings whenever it's.
all right, we'll meet it, next regular scheduled meeting is February 10th, or unless we need to have a meeting before.
Correct.
On the 3rd, okay. Motion to
Yeah.
adjourn?
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.